Yeah, hi Ravi, good morning. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Hi, good morning. Can you please confirm me my voice is audible or not? Hello, Ravi. Can you please confirm me my voice is audible or not? Okay. So good morning, Ravi.
Sorry, the computer is my brother's. His name is Ravi. I'm Amit.
Okay, okay. Sure,
Log.
sure, sure. No
No
mind.
problem. No problem.
Yeah, thank you. So did you listen the demo one, demo
Yes,
content
yes,
one?
yes, yes.
So demo one. So do we have any doubts on that?
Not actually because I am concerned about today's demo. It's on AWS and I'm opting for AWS.
Yes, yes, of course. Today is the AWS. We'll going to see about the AWS content. Okay. So, okay, let's start the session. So, see, so this is the demo content too. So today we are going to discuss about the content. So why cloud, before cloud. So in deeply, we are going to discuss about it. So explain about infrastructure services of AWS, how the automation works in DevOps. So what is deployment and DevOps ACD architecture and DevOps market, how the market is going. So today we'll discuss on those things. Okay. Yeah. First of all. So before cloud, how they are working on the development and operations and how they are deploying the projects before the infrastructure, before the cloud, how they used. That means, see here, first of all, so before cloud, so they are going to, so before cloud, before emerging the cloud computing, they were, client server computing, which is basically a centralized storage. That means, for example, the company used to do with the centralized servers. Like, for example, our company head office is at Bombay. So from there onwards, we'll have the hub, central hub. There onwards, there, we'll have the differentiations of the hubs. So we'll have the hubs. So there onwards, they are sending the projects and like that all. So how means, we'll see the infrastructure. So for example, this is the central server, which is located at main server. This is the main server, and after that we'll have the branches of the servers. Branches of the These are the branches. So here we have the branch one and branch two and branch three and branch four. So like that, previously they work on like this. So first, in the central server, whatever the code or else whatever they are doing, so it is from the central server, they are spreading the branches, and that means they are taking the data from the central servers. Branches are taking the data from the branch central server. See, like this only it will works previously. So, and if the central server crashes, sometimes, if it is working, it's good. But we here we'll have the some more problems. These are all, that means the problems means, see here. Here we have the problems. We have the problem of server cost, we have the problem of energy cost, we have the problem of workforce cost, we have the problem of OS cost. Previously, they used hardware systems. No, before cloud, they used only hardware. So that's the thing. It is most cost oriented and it is most energy. It will spend. They will spend more energy cost, and they need more workforce. And then, that's a thing. We'll have the problem on it. So, for example, if it is working, see, the central server is working, the branches are working good. If the central server is working, the branches are working well and good. If you have any problem in central server, the branches will not work properly. The branches will not work properly. So that means our project, or else our project will have the problem. Our project getting more errors. Our project will not work. Our project will not work if the central server crashes, or else. So if the central server crashes, we don't have the choice to retrieve the data. We don't have the choice to retrieve the data previously. So that is the problem most of the companies are facing. So that's why mostly they invented the cloud. So that's why mostly companies are shifting to cloud. So, what is the use of cloud? What is the use of cloud? Why organizations are shifting to cloud? So simple. Organizations are used cloud computing for many reasons. That primarily because of offer. In cloud, we have the two things. One is flexible and another one is scalable. One is flexible and another one is scalable. It is flexible. For example, if we are working in live scenario, so we need 10 server. We are using 10 servers, but we need 12 or 13 servers. In that case, it will automatically takes 13 servers, and it will works on that. Or else, some cases, after long term, we need only 8 servers. In that case, it will fetch to 8 servers only. That is the flexibility and scalability, we call it as. So in cloud, we have those things, and it is cost effective. In server, we'll use hourly based charges. In server, we'll have the hourly based charges. Per hour they are charging like this. Per hour, for this service, per hour they are charging like this. For this server they are charging like this. So we have the hourly basis charges, and it supports the modern business needs first. So what is the needs? In that we have the cost saving. So cost saving, why? Because it will have the flexibility and scalability, right? So that's the thing. We'll have the we'll use to manage the cost also. And next, global reach and accessibility. See, global reach and accessibility means, see, from we will work here and we'll deploy the project in any region using of cloud. That is the importance of cloud. And faster deployment and time to market. So using of cloud will deploy the projects very easily and to be faster. And recovery and reliability. That means, see, previously the central server crashes, we don't have the choice to retrieve the data. We don't have the choice to retrieve the data. Why? Because there is no backup for the central servers. But here in the cloud, we don't, we have the availability zones. We have the availability zones. Availability zones means every availability zone, we have the data centers. If we, for every region, we'll have the multiple availability zones. See, I'll show you the availability zones. See, this is the global infrastructure of the cloud. So see here in India, we have the two availability zone. One is Mumbai and another one is Hyderabad. So till now, Hyderabad region is started. Wait, I'll show it. See, so these are the regions. See here. So first here we'll have the Mumbai and Hyderabad. So every availability zone, every region will have the multiple availability zones, multiple availability zones. So, for example, we have 1A and 1B and 1C, three availability zones. If we are working in 1A availability zone, so our data crashes, or else the availability zone crashes. So don't worry, we'll retrieve the data from another availability zone. That is the most cases, most advantages we'll have in cloud. So that's the thing. Most of the companies are using availability zone, using cloud. See. So sorry, we'll use this. So in the cloud, it will, it will have the, so global wide, will have the global wide uses. See here. So if you are in C, so this is the Hyderabad, and we'll have three availability zones, 1A and 1B and 1C. In Mumbai, we'll have two availability zones, local zones. See here. Sorry, availability zones, three availability zones. See here. If you are working on one availability zone and it will crashes, no worry. We'll retrieve the data from second availability zone. Or else if you, second availability zone is crashes, no worries. We'll retrieve the data from third availability zone. So in that cases, I know cloud is working in that basis. Okay. Next. So that's why cloud is most popular. So see here, first of all. So in AWS, we are choosing why AWS means, see, AWS will have the more 225 plus services. 225 plus services is there in AWS. And it is very easy to understand. It is very easy to understand, very easy to deploy the projects, very easy to deploy the projects. And this infrastructure is very easy to learn. First, so in AWS, we call it as infrastructure as a service. IaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. That means it is giving the services. So it is providing the services. So what services it is providing, we'll see on step by step clearly. First, in AWS, first most important thing, first we need to we'll create the account, but we need to secure that account. How means using of IAM. Using of IAM will secure first user account. Okay, how means, so first of all, first log in as a root user into AWS account and search in AWS console and IAM, and it will open the IAM dashboard. In that we'll create a user. We'll create a user. Okay, we'll create a user admin user. So for every user, we'll have the permissions to log in. We'll have the choice to give permissions. For example, we'll give EC2 permissions only, or else we'll give S3 permissions only, or else we'll give cloud formations permissions only, or else we'll give only VPC permissions only. So like that, we'll give every each and permissions. So for one user will give EC2 service. That user they don't have the access to S3. So that is the importance of IAM. So here we'll give roles and policies. Okay, policies and permissions will give, and using of IAM, we'll log into that. And another layer, another secure layer will have in IAM, that is MFA. We call it as multi-factor authentication. So that means, if we need to attach that multi-factor authentication, we'll have the two types of multi-factor authentication. One is access keys and another one is authenticator app. So, for example, access keys means we need to create that access key, or else we need to go with the authenticator. Means first of all, we need to download authenticator app in our mobile. In authenticator app, every 30 seconds it will shows one code. We need to enter that code whenever we are logging into AWS account. That is the most secure layer. So in 30 seconds we didn't enter that code into a AWS account, it will changes to, it will shows another code. So that's why that is most security. So that's why most of the people are using MFA, multi-factor authentication. Next, see, virtual private cloud, VPC, virtual private cloud. For example, So if a project is there, we need to deploy that project. First, we need to create an infrastructure. First of all, we need to create infrastructure. In infrastructure, we need to create a virtual private cloud. That means it's a private cloud for that project. How means first you need to create a VPC, and next in VPC we'll have infrastructure. See here, we'll have the infrastructure. One is, subnets is there, route tables is there, and we need to create RDS, relational databases, and how we need to attach that RDS to EC2 instances, or else we need how to integrate that RDS to that project. So we are going to see that. First of all, in VPC, first we'll know and or else we'll learn how to create VPC. In that VPC, how to take IPv4. We are using here IPv4 only. Okay, we are using IPv4 only. And next, what is CIDR? We are going to learn. So CIDR means classless inter-domain range. So that means, for example, we'll log into Amazon.com, for example. So if we enter in a web browser Amazon.com, if we press enter, it will open immediately with the IP address. Background will have a different IP. Every login user will have the different IPs. So that IPs we will assign using of VPC, using of CIDR, using of ranges in VPC. So after this, how to create a subnets? What is the use of subnets? We are going to learn. Simple. What is the use of subnets means? See, whenever we are searching in web server, first of all, it will comes to VPC, and after that it will goes to subnets, and subnet will shows that content whatever we are searching. So after that we are going to create route tables. What is the route table? How to create the route table we are going to learn. So simple, route table means it will route the traffic to subnets. And that means whenever we are searching in web server, the content, first of all, it will comes to VPC. After that, it will comes to route table, and route table will route the traffic to subnet. Subnet will shows the content. So like that only it will work. See here. And next. So components of APCC here already we spoke about the route table. So create a route table. Route table means it will route the traffic where who are searching in the web server. First it will comes to VPC. After that it will goes to route table, and after that it will send the traffic to subnets. Okay, and subnets will shows the content. This is the importance of route table. And NACL. NACL. NACL means Network Access Control List. See, it is also another secure layer for VPC. It is also another secure layer for VPC. Simple. It is a secure layer. These will have the rules. Set of rules we will have a NACL. So using of that rules, we will secure that with infrastructure. And understand, we are going to learn understanding defaults, NACL groups, and how to create NACL group. So we are seeing what is inbound and outbound rules. So how to associate? Associate means here we call it as attachment. How to attach? How to associate NACL to subnets. So what we are going to learn, what is the difference between NACL group and security group. Okay, we are going to see. For example, see here. First, we'll have the project. We need to create a virtual private cloud for that project. First we need to create a VPC. So we need to create a VPC. So this is the VPC, and next we'll create another layer, that is internet gateways. Like that only infrastructure will have. So IGW, we call it as call sign is IGW. So internet gateways. Okay. Next, after this, we'll do attachment. Okay. Attachment. Internet gateways to VPC, we have to attach. Attachment. And next, we'll create route tables. We'll create route tables. After that, we'll create subnets. So, this is the subnet one. So please here don't mention subnet one and subnet two. Here we need to mention subnet public and subnet private. We have two things. This is the most important thing. Whenever you're creating the infrastructure, public and private is must and should. Public means, now I'll tell you later what is public and why we use private. And here we'll create route table or route. Sorry. Route table public and route table private. Route table public and route table private will create. Next. After these all things, see. So we'll create VPC, we'll create internet gateways, and we'll attach internet gateways to VPC. Next thing we are going to learn about, you know, route table association. We need to attach both things. Whenever we are creating route table or subnet, it will attach, directly to the VPC. We'll select VPC there, no worries. So here attachment is done. VPC attachment is done. So after this, see, these four things, that means subnet public and subnet private, route table public and route table private, these are all associated, attached with VPC. But subnet public and route table public, subnet private and route table public, they don't have the attachment. Here we need to do the association. We call it as association. Attachments, we call it as attachment. So we need to do the attachments. That means, so first public to public and private to private. Attachment, association or attachment. Okay, then only now the infrastructure is ready. But here we'll have another more secure layer. The VPC infrastructure, AWS is providing another secure layer for this total infrastructure. That is, we call it as security groups. Using of these security groups will manage the traffic. Now see, say here, for example, some XYZ or else some no, Amazon.com, no worries, Amazon.com. So for example, we are entering in a web server Amazon.com directly. How the infrastructure means, see, first it will comes to security group. After that, in security group, and after that it will goes to internet gateways. After that it will goes to VPC. After VPC it will goes to route table first. Why means, see, for example, if you are going to bank, So in that bank, first what we'll have? We'll have the security. This is the security group. And next, whenever we enter after security, whenever we enter into the bank, we'll have the receptionist. So that is the IGW or the receptionist. And next we'll go to and we'll ask that receptionist to route. That means it shows the route to wherever we need to go, it will shows that. So and next it will goes to, and the route table will route the traffic to subnet public. Here, why public? Why public means public will have the access of internet. Here also, public will have the access of internet, but private, subnet private or else route table private, they don't have the access of internet gateways. They don't have the internet. Okay, so what is the use of private means? See, if the two companies are working with one project and they need to transfer private data from one company to another company. So that is most secure, right? So using of private only, they will transfer the data. Using of private, they will transfer the data. That is the use of private and this is the use of public. Okay. So this is the total infrastructure of VPC. Next. Now, so first of all, we created infrastructure, but how to attach that infrastructure to EC2? How to create a server? How to create a server means using of these total infrastructure, these total networking system, we will attach that system to EC2 server whenever we are creating a server. There will have an option to attach that infrastructure and there will attach that and we will launch the server. First of all, we need to know how what is the EC2 servers. So EC2 means Elastic Cloud Compute. So we are going to learn what is EC2, EC2 instance families and Amazon machine image. AMI means, so in our physical system we'll have OS, right? Operating system. In cloud we call it as AMI, Amazon machine image. AWS marketplace. So we need to purchase that AMI. We'll have the AWS marketplaces. There we'll purchase AMIs. So how delete and terminating settings. So we are going to learn if we want to delete server. See guys, in live scenario, we don't have the choice to delete the servers. We'll migrate the servers or else we'll copy that servers. We'll have them, but don't delete. And we are going to learn delete and termination settings. We'll have the permissions for that. We'll give the permissions to delete. And we are going to learn launch EC2 instance, how to launch the instance, how to attach that infrastructure. We are going to learn. So how to create a public and private key. See, this is the public and private key. This is the another secure layer. So see here. So we are going to launch using of this infrastructure. We are going to launch the EC2 server. So this is the another secure layer. This is the another secure layer for EC2 instance. That is called it as key pair. Key pair. Using that key pair only, we are able to log in and we are able to work EC2 instance or server. And we are going to learn EC2 instance states, or else it is running state, or else it is in stop state. How to stop the instance, we are going to learn. How to start the instance, how to reboot the instance also we are going to learn. And we are going to learn about termination protections. If it is terminated automatically, it will create another, EC2 instance. We are going to learn that protections also. So we are going to learn EC2 elastic IP, elastic IP. So we are going to learn what is elastic IP and how to create that elastic IP and how to attach that elastic IP to EC2 instances or else EC2 servers. So we are going to learn all each and everything of infrastructure and EC2 instance. After that, we are going to learn what is NAT instance, what is NAT gateways and VPC peering. See guys, already we spoke about private to private here. So for example, if we are transferring a private files, but these private don't have the internet gateways. How to transfer? They don't have the internet gateway. How to transfer means using of NAT, using of NAT gateways. So this will create the NAT gateways. See, will create the sorry. So we'll create the NAT gateways and we'll attach this NAT gateways to these private servers. Okay, then only we'll have the more security. It will transfer the files more securely. So these total process, transferring private to private, these total process, we call it as VPC peering. Next, elastic block storage and or volumes. See, what is elastic block storage? What are the volumes means in physical? We'll have the hard disks, right? Like that in cloud, we'll have the name is EPS and or else we'll call it as volumes. Elastic block storage. Storage means it will store the data. It will store the dependencies data. It will store the project data. Like that hard disk in physical system will have the hard disk, right? Same in cloud will have the storage devices that will call it as elastic block storage and volumes. So we are going to learn what we are going to learn in EBS, how to create EBS, what is EBS. So how to create EBS volumes, types of EBS volumes. So general purpose and provisioned IOPS input outputs SSD. So throw it up, optimize and hold HDD. What is instant store volume? We are going to learn and how to create that volume and how to attach that volume. So, what is the minimum and maximum capacity of volume that the GBs of volume will take, and how to add EBS volumes to instances, or else how to extend, previously, for example, we'll have 100 GB of volume. How to resize, how to extend that volume, we are going to learn. Next, EBS snapshot. Using of that EBS snapshot, how to create AMI. So simple. EBS snapshot means it's a screenshot. It's a duplicate copy of original. So how to create? Why means snapshot EBS? EBS means see, for example, in physical system we'll have hard disk, right? So we'll copy that for total files into another hard disk. We don't have the problem that hard disk crashes, right? We'll have another, we'll have backup, right? So like that only for backup, we'll have this service that is called as EBS snapshot. And using of that snapshot, we'll launch the instance. We'll launch the instance. First, we need to launch the instance. We need to create AMI OS. It will convert to AMI and AMI will launch the server directly. So we are going to learn about this snapshot, how to create the snapshot and how to convert that snapshot to AMI, and using of that AMI, how we are going to launch. These will have the parameters and permissions. We are going to learn about those things. Next. So this is also most important thing. So what is elastic load balancers? So load balancer means simple. I'll show. See, for example, we'll have a 4 servers. The traffic, that means if we enter any website, any .com, we are searching in web browser or else too much traffic is coming to our website. So for example, every minute, millions of users are logging into our website. So directly it goes previously directly it goes to servers. So, it is very problem to the servers. Why? Because, it will have the too much burden to the servers. In that case, here we'll have a layer. We are using a layer that is called as load balancer. First, traffic comes to load balancer. Traffic comes to load balancer. And after that, load balancer will distribute the traffic. It will distribute the traffic. Simple, it is as a distributor. It is a distributor. It will works as a distributor. It will distribute the traffic and it will reduce the server burden. It is a distributor. Okay. It is also most important thing. See. So all are using, logging into that website and it will comes to load balancer and it will distribute the traffic to server in a proper way. Okay. So first in load balancer, we are going to learn what is load balancer, types of load balancers. We'll have the types of load balancers and working on classic load balancer. What is classic load balancer? So we are going to learn. So adding EC2, that means we create load balancer and how to attach that load balancer to EC2 server and configure health checks. That means it will see load balancer checks load balancer will see the health of server. So we are going to learn how to do that. And test load balancer in action. We are going to learn need of auto scaling group. So what is auto scaling group means? See here. Whenever, see, sometimes we are using load balancer, sometimes the traffic comes heavily to that server, too high to that server, and that server get button, that server gets struck, that server get stops. In that cases, we'll have the option with a zero downtime. That is called auto scaling group. Auto scaling group. Using of that auto scaling group, it will create a duplicate copy of server. Whenever the server is deleted, it will act as a main server. So for example, this server is terminating or else this server is getting burdened. More than 90% is closed. So then in that cases, it will create another server. Same as here. It will create another server. It will create another server. It will create another server automatically within a minute. So we don't have the error response in web pages using of auto scaling group. This is the use of auto scaling group here. So we are going to learn about what is auto scaling group, what is the need of auto scaling group, how to create the auto scaling group, how to launch the configurations, and how auto scaling group policies and how to attach that auto scaling group to the instances we are going to learn. Next, S3 storages, S3 objects. So we are going to learn. So what is S3? See here. For example, previously in DevOps, we discussed about Git. Now we'll have AWS will have the another, storage service. We call it as S3. S3. S3 storage. So S3 means simple storage service. We call it a simple storage service. Using of this S3, how to save that files. So first of all, S3 will have the buckets. S3 will have the buckets. In that bucket, we'll store all project data. We call it as objects. We'll store our project data. Using of S3 URL will deploy the project data also directly. How we are taking the GitHub, right? So like that only we'll have the option. So like that S3 will work. So we are going to learn what is S3 and how to create S3 buckets and how to create S3 buckets and how to upload the objects. That means how to upload the objects means project data into S3 we are going to learn, and how to deploy the project using of that S3 URL. We are going to learn about those things. What is the S3? S3 buckets also will have the policies, will have the permissions. Okay. So if, for example, one bucket is deleted automatically, how to retrieve that bucket? So we'll have this. We are going to learn about those things, and in this we are going to learn RDS, relational databases. It is a databases. How to create a database? We are going to learn how to create a RDS database, and in this how to attach the availability zones to RDS. We are going to learn, and we are going to learn about the database engines. Will have database engines means simple. Will have MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, Aurora, MySQL, like that. These are all we call it as engines. We are going to learn how to create, how to attach that engines to RDS, and how to select the multiple availability zones to RDS. So like that, we are going to learn everything. And after creation of RDS, it is working or not, we are going to see using of MySQL workbench. And we are going to learn how to attach that RDS to project. We are going to learn. And next, we are going to learn what is AWS Lambda, what is Redshift, what is Kinesis, and Route 53, testing Route 53 policies, creating a records, what is CNAME record. So what is alias records? That means see here in Route 53, why we use Route 53 means, for example, in web server, we'll search something else. We'll search flipkart.com, for example. If you press enter, okay, so how to take this domain name, how to purchase this domain, we are going to learn how to purchase this domain, and how to attach this domain to our servers. We are going to learn. So in this, we'll have some more policies, some more permissions to learn, some more records to learn in Route 53. That is, creating how to create a record, how to create a host, how to create a CNAME. We are going to learn. Next, we are going to learn about CloudFront. What is Cloud Formation? What is SQS? What is IAM roles for EC2 and S3? How to, how to attach that IAM roles to EC2 and S3? We are going to learn. And on-premises user integration with cloud. We are going to learn those things. So here, what is the use of Cloud Formation? How to create the Cloud Formation? We are going to learn those things. This is most important thing. Next, see guys, finally we are going to learn about Terraform. Using of this Terraform, how do we create infrastructure? How do we create infrastructure? It is simple. It is a automation. It is also a automation. So we'll use this how to create VPC using of the Terraform, how to create subnets, how to create route tables we are going to learn, and how to create NACL group, and how to create security groups we are going to learn. So those things we are going to learn in Terraform. Next. So guys, till now, so this is the thing we are going to learn in AWS. So anyone will have a doubts, please ask me.
Good for me, money.
Sorry, your voice is not clear. Can you please speak
Good
loudly?
for me. It's good for me.
Sorry?
It's good for me, Abdul.
Yeah. Okay. So shall we continue?
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. See here. And we have the DevOps components. See, First, we already in the demo one, we saw the, what is DevOps, what is the DevOps tools using. So we are going to learn, and today we saw that what is AWS services. So how to using of services, how do using of tools will deploy the project. So we'll have the stages. We'll have the stages to deploy the projects. That means, see, first in we'll have the here, see here, dev ops already. Dev means developing. Ops means operations. We call it as developing and operations. How do we do that? So first we'll do, first we'll take the code, and after that we'll build the code, and after that we'll test the code. After that we'll monitor the code, and after that we'll deploy the code, and after that we'll operate the code, and after that we'll release that code. See here, for example, we have CI/CD pipeline. See here, CI/CD pipeline. So in this pipeline, see here first, I'll show it clearly. For example, if you have a project, we need to maintain automation. We need to automate that project. We need to deploy that project automated. How? How means first the developer writes the code and he pushes the code to GitHub. Version control system, GitHub. There onwards, we are entering the DevOps engineer's work starts, and the DevOps engineer takes the code and he integrate that code, that GitHub project, that GitHub repositories. In GitHub, we call it as repositories. So he will integrate that repository to Jenkins using of webhooks. So we are going to learn what is webhooks, how to attach that webhooks to Jenkins. So how to integrate that GitHub to Jenkins, like that we are going to learn. Okay, next, after Jenkins, after integration of GitHub, what is going on? That means, see here, we'll build that project, and after that using of that project we are how to configure that project. We are using of Ansible, and how to attach that Docker. First of all, everything for Jenkins will create a server. For Ansible we create a server. For Docker we create another server. So like that, for deployment, for Docker deployment, we create a total deployment, we'll create another server. So how to attach, how to integrate, how to configure this server to Jenkins, we are going to learn. This is the most important thing. First, we'll create a Jenkins server, and we'll install Jenkins, and we'll start the Jenkins. Okay. Next, after that, we'll create another server for Ansible, and we'll install Ansible, and we'll configure the remaining servers using of Ansible, and we will configure these servers to all servers to Ansible server to Jenkins. After that, we'll create a server for Docker, and we'll create a server for Docker, and we'll configure this Docker server to Jenkins. This is also most important thing. So total things we'll configure, we'll integrate this server. Then only the deployment, the CI/CD works. Okay. So total things, these total things will work on. So this is called automation, CI/CD pipeline. So first here, see here, first case is, so here plan and build and plan, code, build, test. The first case, and the second case is deploy, monitor, operate, and release. So these cases we are going to learn about. We are using of these tools. We are going to deploy the project, CI/CD project. Okay, see here, GitHub, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker. Okay. And next, finally, we'll have the DevOps market. See here. So in the DevOps market, we'll have the DevOps market is expected to grow more 20% compound annual growth rate. Okay. In the years 2023 23 to 2032, it will reach the size over 57.3 billions. In the 2032, it will reach 57.3 billions. Not over that, it will reach more than that. Why? Because see here now it will have 29.79 billions. Now in the 2024 report is this. And it will reach more than that in 2032. So we'll have the more opportunities, more opportunities. See, first of all, you need to know that AI will enter into your DevOps or else AI will crack the DevOps. No. See, first of all, everyone knows that everyone need to learn first. Deployment is different thing. From Jenkins, it is okay. Okay, CI is okay. For CD, we'll have the different types of deployment. One person, deploy using of Ansible directly, will have the chance. So another person will deploy using of Docker. Another one using of Kubernetes. Another one, deploy using of directly to the Tomcat. That is also CI/CD. So the deployment is different using, how the deployment means. So first they'll see the project estimation. The depends upon project budget, we will deploy the project. Okay. So Mr. Ravi, will you have any doubts in that?
Oh, no, money. That's fine.
So it is clear, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So can you please provide me your email ID and
Yeah, yeah, in the chat box I'm sending.
yeah, send me in chat box. So in AWS or else DevOps or else deployments, in CI/CD. See here, we'll work on manual server automation. Three deployments we'll have. No worries, we are going to learn. So if you are a fresher or else if you are a experienced or else if you are shifting to non-IT to IT, no worries. This is not coding.
Okay. Yeah, not coding. Actually, my job profile is like it's AWS admin
Your
related.
profile is,
AWS admin
sorry, your
related.
voice is breaking.
Yeah,
So
AWS
okay, okay.
admin.
Okay, you are AWS admin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
about to join actually
O-
in 29th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in this syllabus, so you will write the solution architect up to associate exam. No worries.
Okay, yeah, because the what as I say, mm, one sec.
Hmm.
The position is like packaged app development senior analyst.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's related to AWS admin only, not coding as I know.
Oh.
So you said na scripting yesterday, so
Hmm.
maybe related to that only.
No, no, scripting is very easy, Ravi. No worries. See, first, before scripting, how means I'm teaching? First, I will teach manual deployment.
Okay.
After that, I will teach server deployment. After that, I will teach automation. So if you knows manual and server, automation is very easy. It is in steps only.
Okay.
It is in steps only. That is very easy, Ravi. No worries.
Right.
Definitely you'll go, you will learn that. No worries.
So this is my WhatsApp number, and I'm getting those recordings in this only, na?
Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you. So tomorrow is the real class is starting?
Yes, tomorrow, 8 a.m. onwards, we are starting the batch.
Okay. Okay. So my name is Amit actually. This is my brother's like a laptop.
Yeah, okay, Amit.
Yeah. That's it, Manit, for today.
That's it for today. And this is the demo one, demo two contents. These are all. If you have any doubts, please ask.
No, no. I'll look into the fees paying procedure.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we will meet in the morning.
Yeah,
Thank you
sure,
very
sure,
much,
sure,
Manit.
sure, sure.
Thank you very
So
much,
the
Manit.
classes will have online and offline. No
Yes, yes,
worries.
yes. That when you do that, what do you call the live one, na?
Yes, yes.
Making so subnets and all you create. So
Yes, yes,
I,
yes, yes.
I would like to see it live in offline.
Okay.
It's because I have a kid, so I'm like have to drop her and bring her and lunch. So that's why.